Hello, my name is Ethan Hepworth. I have been working on my FMP project, which is, excuse me, I've been working on my project and it is working with media, obviously, and I have made a film for my final major project. How this project has been, it's been really good actually. I can tell that I've improved as at first I never actually understood what to do in the media course, as it was a really difficult time for me. I never really understood the techniques and the equipment, so it was all very new at the start of project 1. But as I got a hang of it, in project 2 I really improvised and got better, and I kind of understood where what's the word, I kind of improved, best way to say it. I got better at the tactics, I understood what to do next, and I felt a lot better. This last project was the one I really want to do my best at, because it's when you get graded, so I put a lot of effort and time in towards it, especially the different sections to complete the whole FMP itself in general. Excuse me. The research, that was basically my main strength of all the tasks I had to do for my FMP, to gather all the information to do with the role I am playing for my film. The film I am doing is based on DC Comics, so it's like heroes and villains. Mine was based on the hero Batman and the villain Joker. I played the role as Joker. So for my research, I had to research the actors, the films they were in, how the director made the character as who I played as, the creepy and scary but also comedy way as how the Joker is. And then I have to also research the actors and how they took the role and how they performed it, the techniques, the different methods, the different movements, the different ways they spoke. Because I played as Heath Ledger, I chose to follow the actor Heath Ledger, as his performance as the Joker was spot on, and I thought that was definitely the kind of similarity of the Joker I was going to go for. It actually helped me, it boosted my confidence a lot more as well, as I'm kind of comfortable doing the performing arts, as I never used to be back in primary and beginning of high school. I used to stand there and never was really the strong speaking type, to be honest. The pre-production, this is actually the bit I'm kind of concerning myself on, because most of the time as I focused on my research it kind of took up more of the time itself out of every topic, and so because of the lack of that, and for the project rationale, which which actually helps you build up and how you're going to make your film, or for photos, for photography, say, like the project rationale helps you to build up all these ideas, get feedback from colleagues, peers, and probably even family if you did quizzes. And these vox pops, vox pops are like small little mini questions you ask, but they're actually what you're thinking to use for your film or photography, and whatever the best results, you choose to go for that or you don't, and kind of surprise them with the ideas you were going to go for yourself. Yeah, because of the research, it kind of overlapped a lot of that time, and because of that, I couldn't actually make the film I was wanting to, which really made me disappointed, because I took time in also making a script, and the lack of the time actually made me not be able to use that script, and I was really devastated, to be honest. But actually we improved, we thought about everything that were going on and the amount of time we had left, so we cracked on and we did not stop, and we actually got heads in gear and finished off our work. Pre-production, yes, I did not manage to get the rest of that finished due to the time, and that the FMP for this one does not last very long, so half of the work on that, well, I won't say half, it's mostly showing the techniques and steps and tools I used for creating my film, and also, what's the word, give me a minute, Um, kind of like it's just the show the different ways of how I made the film in general. To be honest, is the best way to put it. The production itself, the film, was amazing. I actually showed my family at home to see how they reacted, and they thought it was amazing. And you know, it was really embarrassing for me because it was the first time I've actually showed my family at home the work I have done. The only devastating, disappointing thing about the film was the lack of audio, as sometimes the atmospheres, noises like cars or window or even the camera clicking as you're trying to record the scenes, that took up a lot. Excuse me, that took up actually a lot of the audio for the conversations. So, excuse me again, and it actually kind of made it really, really deafening to hear me or the other people in the film as we're talking. So that's kind of like the disappointment I had for the film. But after everything else, the rest of the film in general is amazing. It's only that certain scene where I'm really gutted about because it's where basically explaining the twist to go back into the past for the film to show how the main character Joker got to that state where he was in. And the evaluating was, well, exactly what I'm doing now really. Doing it all in general has really helped. It's kind of also shown and helped me improve on working on my scene to understand what needs to be done, what needs to be sorted out with, and also what also needs to be improved as well. It also helped me to evaluate my portfolio as I gathered all of the information and work I needed for the film, so it shows the good organisation skills I have. Some of the audio and filming I didn't have time because of the lack of time I had for the whole FMP itself. And half of the audio and most, well, actually it's half of the film recordings that were actually blank, so they didn't have any name titles. But actually looking back on that and evaluating as I am doing now, it actually makes me understand why if I actually didn't have if I didn't actually do as much work on that, on the research and help me for the rest of the topics, especially the pre-production, I would have actually managed to ace that and kind of improve and show that I actually can in the time sections as I need to for the rest of the whole FMP. So basically, me looking back on all the evaluation I've done and the work basically means I definitely need to work on my timing skills. It really improved at the beginning, but as it got to the lack of changing and the times changing, it's kind of where I kind of stumbled a little. But I actually improved on that as I managed to complete the FMP and look back on how I did all the work. It made me feel really happy and I'm proud for it, to be honest, yeah. But the evaluating myself out of the whole course in general was amazing. I always wanted to experience what it was like to make a film or use a camera. I've always wanted to since near the end of my high school, and knowing I've had this opportunity for this course and I've gave it all my strength and all the blood and sweat, as what my tutor Dan would say, towards it. It's definitely improvising. It's made me feel a lot better about myself, and I'm really confident about how this course has gone, and I'm hoping I have achieved the grade I am looking at, because I don't look at the real low ones. I don't see pity about myself. I really think of the high up stuff and I try and go for it as best as I can, really. I like to push myself, I like to challenge myself, but I do need to know basically when I need to stop pushing myself. So I take it for when I get into level 3, it's going to be one of my challenges and goal, well, my target actually, to focus on, to not over push myself to achieve that one little topic, as I've got to understand how to achieve all of the different tasks during that time period. Understanding this would actually help me a lot more, and that is actually it for my evaluation. I hope that you enjoy the film I created with me and my friends. By the way, the people I did the job was Artis Bernstein, George Firth, Oliver. Oliver is in my class, he's in level 2 as well, and he participated to help us create the film, as he was not actually part of our group in general. But in return, I helped him finish off the rest of his evaluation as well. And I can't not but definitely thank Jasmine one for the crazy makeup and hairstyle and all that to make me look like the character, which really pleased me, and I was really happy about it a lot. And I helped her in return with her and her friend Amy for the photography, and doing that it was fun to actually get help and to help people back in return, and I'm that kind of person where I appreciate that and I like to do it more in the future. Alright, thank you. This is Ethan Hepworth, level 2 media, finishing my FMP, and this is the end of my evaluation.